So Jody asks here in the chat, I recall your story about your heart chakra opening and want to ask what practice you engaged in to help with that process. Involved love and you talking to yourself is what I recall. But you may have mentioned a practice or a teacher. Yeah, so I call this the I love you practice. It was inspired by the work of Matt Kahn. Matt Kahn's a brilliant, really brilliant spiritual teacher, of course, has ex has undergone Kundalini awakening and then just really, really all around incredible. So his teachings are all heart-centered, based around love, unconditional love. And so based on some of his teachings, I kind of adapted and made this practice into my own. And I'll share it with you now, and you can make it into your own as well. You can't get it wrong. You can't get it wrong. So, this is what triggered the major Kundalini rising, as well as what got me through all of the intense purification and purging and stuff that followed. And it's around this practice that I think everything can kind of just take care of itself. It's very simple. So, I found that I I'm a very simple person. I don't like to complicate things. And I looked at my heart and I said, my heart knows things that my mind doesn't know. My lungs are here in this heart center. The physical heart is there as well in the center. And my lungs will send oxygen through the blood around anywhere in my body. My heart pumps blood around anywhere in my body through all of the chakras. So I said, why don't I just focus on the heart and let the heart take care of everything instead of trying to figure out which chakra to focus on and which technique to do and this and that. I just said, I'll just go to my heart and let my heart take care of it. So once again, inspired by Matt Kahn, but I'll put my hands on my heart. So there's a physical component here, hands on my heart. There's like a somatic experience here of holding oneself. And there's the vocal experience, the auditory experience where I would breathe in, take a breath, and exhale. And on the exhale, say, I love you. I love you. Along with that, I would imagine in my heart, inhaling an orb of light. It was like liquid light love, purple, violet, gold. I would imagine that building up, glowing. And then I would exhale. And as I exhaled, I love you, it'd go to the top of my head, down the bottom of my feet, drenching every last component, aspect of my being on every level, every dimension, every cell, every emotion, every memory of my psyche, my mind, my thoughts, my body, everything, inner child, future self, whatever. It was all drenched in liquid light love. What this meant was that nothing was excluded, nothing at all. Everything was unconditionally drenched in this liquid light love. And as I said, I love you, I was saying it to every last aspect of my being. Any trauma, any memories, any tension, any fear, any violent thoughts, it was all welcome. All parts of my shadow, all welcome. Nothing was excluded. And as I said that, it was me acknowledging that everything in existence is part of the divine spectrum of light. Nothing is excluded. Even the most darkest, scariest, demonic, whatever, is all welcome here. It's all part of the spectrum of light. And by offering it love, it was me saying, I see it all as one. Nothing is excluded. And this was causing integration of everything. It was causing it all to return back to wholeness. It was causing me to offer all of the love that I wish the world, my parents, everybody would have given me that, I wasn't able to get. I gave it to myself. I soothed myself in this way. So in doing so, it really was so powerful. It triggered this major Kundalini rising. And then I kept going as all of this material would come up. So stress, fear, trauma, memories, worry, heartbreak, all of these emotional stuff would come up, pain, fevers, discomfort, sickness, illness, I would just keep doing this. I love you. Parts would come up that would say, I don't want to do this anymore. This is lame. This is not working. What am I doing? What am I wasting my time? I would say, oh, that part's coming up too. I love you. I love the doubtful, skeptical parts as well. You're welcome here too. You're allowed to doubt this process. You get loved as well. So, like, no matter what was coming up, you could just take a step back and love that too. The part of you that says, I don't want to do this. I want to stop. Oh, I love you too. You want to stop? That's okay. I understand. I understand. You're welcome here too. It's such a beautiful practice. Nothing is excluded. It's like it's a perfect practice, if you ask me. So for some, the words I love you are too charged because of maybe in the past, somebody may have told you they loved you and then they hurt you. And so now there's a lot of pain around those words. Maybe for some, it's not your first language. And so those words don't resonate as much. You can change the words. You could say, I see you. I care about you. I'm here with you, right? Whatever feels right for you, you can say that. You can, like I said, you can't get it wrong, so you can modify it as you see fit. Maybe you're not much of a visual person or an auditory person. That's not necessary. You don't have to visualize anything. But I like to hit it from every angle, so that's why I had this whole thing, the talking to myself, seeing it, feeling it. Um, For some, they'll say, I don't feel anything when I do that. So Matt says, it's kind of like you're in debt, right? If you're in $500 in debt, if you make 50 bucks, now you're $450 in debt, but it doesn't really feel like you got any money. You still don't have any money. But eventually, as you kind of pay off that debt, you reach a threshold, you reach the 0 point. When you reach the 0 point, then it starts to build up. Now you're earning money and you can actually feel it, right? You feel it. So in the same way with this love, the more that you love yourself, you kind of pay off any debts and you reach a 0 point, and then it starts to build up, and it is just exhilarating. It's exhilarating. And this was just the most powerful practice that I've ever come across. Um, and people explore it as well, and report that it's very powerful as well. And then I really love Matt's work. He has a book called Whatever Arises, Love That. So that's the teaching. Whatever is coming up, love that. Whatever comes up, any thoughts, any emotions, feelings, sensations, experience, all is welcome here. All is welcome. Nothing is excluded, right? This process is about bringing us into a state of oneness. Well, oneness means everything is included. So why do we love it all? And watch what happens. So that's the I love you practice, and make it your own as well. Sometimes what I would do as well, um, sometimes when you're holding yourself, you may not feel worthy of the love, or it may be too scary to even hold yourself like that. So in the beginning, it was like that for me. So what I would actually do is I would hold a pillow. I would hold a pillow, and it felt like, okay, I can't love myself, but hey, I can kind of like hold this pillow and give the pillow this blast the pillow with this love. Super weird. I'm being very vulnerable here talking about, loving a pillow. But hear me out. Like, it just gave me a little bit of buffer because I was too afraid to really just be solely alone with myself. So that's something to consider as well. If you have a teddy bear or something, you can kind of do something like that as you kind of build up this courage to really just be fully with yourself, right? It's a scary practice. It can be at times. It can be at times because sometimes what comes up is like there's parts of us that say, "Oh, okay, I'm coming up to get love now too," and it's like, shadowy, traumatic, scared parts. The inner child comes up and says, "Oh, I want some of that love too," and it can be uncomfortable to face those parts of ourselves, but that's why we really have to commit to the process, right? The moment you want to stop is when you keep going. And what Matt says is when you're sad, traumatized, afraid, any of these uncomfortable emotions, that's when you need that's when you need more love than ever. The times where you don't want to give it to yourself or you're afraid to give it yourself is actually when you need it more than ever. And so we have to like double down on the self-love during those times as well.